So we are live now. You can start.
Start?
Yes, please start.
Thank you. A very good morning to everybody. I am John P. George from NCMRWF. At the outset, I would like to thank Secretary MOES, Dr. M. Rajivan, and Head NCMRWF, Dr. A.K. Mitra, for giving me this opportunity. This webinar has three parts. In the first part, I will be talking about the IMDA reanalysis. IMDA was a collaborative effort under the National Monsoon Mission project of Ministry of Earth Sciences. NCMRWF, Yoga Met Office, and India Meteorological Departments were the collaborators in this project. I am taking this opportunity to thank all those who are contributed to this project. Second part of the webinar is about the NGFS Global Reanalysis, another reanalysis effort of NCMRWF. My colleague, Dr. V.S. Prasad, will be talking about that. And the third gives the details about how a researcher can access this reanalysis product, that is IMDA reanalysis product and NGFS reanalysis product. Let me start my presentation. So, as I mentioned that I will be talking about the IMDA regional reanalysis. Let me start with what is data assimilation. Data assimilation is the process in which available information is used to estimate the state of the system as accurately as possible. Here, I will be talking only about the atmospheric data assimilation. Atmospheric data assimilation systems combines together information from a NWP model short forecast and set of observations, and then estimate the state of the atmosphere, which is called the analysis. That is, the outcome of the data assimilation is the analysis. In an operational environment, operational NWP data assimilation systems change when assimilation methods and assimilating models improve. This happens at least once in a couple of years' time. This may create discontinuities in the analysis from one system to another system. Then let me say what is reanalysis. Reanalysis or retrospective analysis involves performing data assimilation for past periods using a state-of-the-art NWP model and the data assimilation system and some or all observations that are now available for that past period. In operational NWP data assimilation, observation available within the data assimilation cutoff time is only used, whereas in the reanalysis, all observation collected, that is the historical data, can be used. That is one of the major advantages. As we know, reanalysis products are among the most used data set in the study of weather and climate nowadays, because reanalysis provides comprehensive snapshots of atmospheric conditions at regular intervals over a long period of time, whereas observation alone can provide only a limited understanding of the past weather and climate. Now let us see what is regional reanalysis. Normally we are seeing the global reanalysis, which is at a coarser resolution. The low resolution global reanalysis are not suited for studying local and regional scale due to the inadequate description of the mesoscale features, the high resolution features. But the problem is that production of high resolution global reanalysis is expensive because of the cost of computing. So high resolution regional reanalysis is a plausible choice which can represent mesoscale weather more realistically. But one limitation is that boundary condition for the regional reanalysis has to come from a global reanalysis. What is the need for a high resolution regional reanalysis of our Indian monsoon region? Let us see. Over Indian region, significant weather events are largely localized or mesoscale in nature. Lack of high resolution data set, that is both observational and the reanalysis over the Indian region, limits the understanding of the high resolution features of the all weather features, especially during the Indian monsoon season. So, what is IMDA regional reanalysis? IMDA is Indian Monsoon Data Assimilation and Analysis Project. It's a collaborative effort. I already mentioned that among the National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, that is NCMRWF, UK Met Office, and India Meteorological Department, that is IMD, under the National Monsoon Mission Project of Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India. In this IMDA project, state-of-the-art data assimilation method and NWP models are used to producing the highest resolution satellite era regional reanalysis over the Indian monsoon region from 1979 to 2018, that is 40 years. There was considerable growth and improvement in the atmospheric observation system during the reanalysis period from 1979 to 2018 that helped this IMDA reanalysis. Hourly and pre-hourly temporal resolution with the 12 kilometer spatial resolution product are available from IMDA. That is now available to the researchers. We hope that high resolution IMDA reanalysis data set may permit more detailed evaluation of the spatial and temporal variability of monsoon. These slides talk about the salient features of the reanalysis. The period is 40 years, 1979 to 2018. Domain is given in the picture. It is highlighted in the picture. As I mentioned that we have to use some global reanalysis for creating the boundary condition. So era in rem is you provided the boundary conditions. The data assimilation method used is 40 for the atmosphere. As part of this reanalysis, soil moisture assimilation was also carried out. The extended Kalman filter based land data assimilation is used for soil moisture analysis. Atmospheric model used is unified model. Horizontal resolution of the model was 12 kilometer. Vertical resolution is 63 model levels were there, which goes up to 40 kilometer height. The main observation source of the IMDA was NCMRWF archive, but we have added observations from NCMRWF, UK Met Office, and IMDA archives as well. So the soil moisture analysis is used as surface forcing. The SST forcing comes from hard SST2 for the first 31 years, and the later period is from the later period we used higher resolution Ostia analysis, which was available that time. So this is a timeline of observation used in IMDA. Throughout the IMDA period, the surface observations are used. Surface include the land surface observations and the observation from ship and buoy. Then the sonde type of observation that includes radio sonde observations and pilot balloon observations. Then the aircraft observations, air report and the AMDAR observations. Then the initial part of the up to 2000 we use the TOS, Tyros operational vertical sounder data from satellite, and the later part we use the advanced TOS data. SatWind was used in a most part of the IMDA period. That was from the 9 different geostationary satellites. SCATWind from 3 different satellites are used, that is ocean surface winds. SCATWind is a atmospheric motion vectors. Then we used the Meteosat product, Severi, MVDI. Then the hyperspectral channels like AIS, IRC, CRIS are used in the later part of the reanalysis. So Indian Saphir data, that megatropic Saphir data is used in a few years of the reanalysis. That is 6-channel humidity, six-channel humidity sensor data. So important aspects of the IMDA are: one is the historical data from IMDA NCMRWF archival is used. Second is the use of many satellite observations, because this is satellite reanalysis. So we have got lot of satellite observations. The variation bias correction is applied for satellite radiances. Use of state-of-the-art 40-watt data assimilation method for atmospheric data assimilation. Soil moisture assimilation using EKF method. Highlight of the IMDA are use of horizontal resolution. The highlights of the IMDA is one of the highlights of the IMDA is use of historical data from various sources. The main source of observation from IMDA reanalysis is from NCMRWF archive, as already mentioned. The IMDA archives of surface and upper air observations are also used in this reanalysis. I already mentioned that. There are the satellite observations from NCMRWF, UK Met Office archives are also used. So the surface observation include surface observations and upper air observations from IMD. If you see that what are the exclusive observations we got from an IMD, in the rightmost figure you can see that. So that is added to the NCMRWF archive, that is in the middle, and then we got the IMDA data set. So this is for a April period. We can see that in around 20% data extra we got from India Meteorological Department. That is added to the IMDA system. So let us see the satellite observations assimilated in the IMDA. The time frame of IMDA reanalysis is highly challenging because of the rapid developments in the observing system, particularly the satellites. IMDA used radiances from more than 40 satellite instruments, of which 24 are in the post-2000 period. Introduction of new satellite instruments with high spatial and temporal resolution may contribute to the accuracy of the atmospheric analysis. However, satellite instruments are like any other measurement system, which are not perfect and prone to error, and an erroneous observation can systematically damage the data assimilation system. So there is a requirement of an advanced observation bias correction system. So we have used the variational bias correction in this IMDA reanalysis. The biases in the satellite gradients vary with the time, geography, air mass, scan position, etc. So it is there is a requirement of the bias correction system, and here we use the variational bias correction. The advantage of this bias correction is that, compared to the static bias correction, is that the correction computed by the VAR-BC, that is a variation bias correction, are adaptive rather than static. Here I give an example when we introduce the Saphir data in the data assimilation system in the figure. You can see that within 60 days, the observation minus background or observation minus analysis are reduced considerably. So already I mentioned that about the data assimilation system. IMDA used the incremental 40-watt data assimilation method with a 6-hourly data assimilation window. One of the major advantages of the 40-watt is that it allows flow-dependent influence of the observations. The land data simulation system for soil moisture is part of the IMDA. It is based on extended Kalman filter based method. The soil moisture analysis for 4 soil layers, that is 10 centimeter, 25 centimeters, 65 centimeters and 2 meters thicknesses are prepared at every cycle. That means 6-hourly data simulation cycle at 12 kilometer resolution and is used to initialize the model short forecast in every data simulation cycle. This is a reanalysis flowchart. You can see that observations from different sources are used. Lateral boundary conditions from IRA interim, SST. Then this observation data is quality controlled here. There is a soil moisture assimilation section is there, and in the data simulation and the final product generation. So what is the verification? What are the verification we did? So here I am presenting some of the examples. So what is the background and analysis to the observations? So in the surface, and the one example for the upper area I have given, the left side is surface for the variables, upper panel is for the pressure, surface pressure, and the middle one is for surface temperature. Here I have given observation minus background and observation minus analysis. This is surface observations. We can see that as expected, observation minus analysis is lower than the observation minus background. This is what we expect from a data simulation system. And with the more and more use of observations in the later part of IMDA, these errors are also reduced. You can see in the upper panel and up to a certain extent in the middle panel also. So the growth of the observation, the surface observation, only surface observation I mentioned here. So you can see here. So there is a large growth in the surface observation during this IMDA period. This is the verification now with the radius on the observation, the background, that is a short forecast within the analysis, and the analysis. So observation minus observation is a radius on the observation at 500 hectopascal and the background at 500. So we can see that same trend we can see in here. The observation minus analysis is lower than the observation minus background. This is for temperature and this is for relative humidity. Here also we can see some growth in the observation, but there are some dips in the middle. So this is the time series analysis of the analysis increments. So how analysis increment looked like for the entire period. The analysis increment represents the net response of the data simulation to all observations used in the analysis system. Nature of the analysis increment provides important information about the performance of the data simulation system, including the changes in the observing system. So here you can see that the increased moistening effect during the summer monsoon period, we can see here. The changes in the analysis increment are also in resonance with the observations assimilated. So how the circulation from IMDA look like? The upper panel is the IMDA 850 hectopascal wind and the rainfall per day during the summer monsoon period, that is June to September. This is mean for June, July. This is for the June, July, August, September mean, and this is for the northeast monsoon season, that is October, November, December. So both are 850 hectopascal wind and the rainfall, daily mean rainfall. You can see the bottom panel is same from the IRA 5 reanalysis. You can see good, in general, good comparison with IRA 5. Of course, there are differences in the details, so as expected. So this is the time series of monthly accumulated rainfall during the IMDA period. This is only for the summer monsoon period. So you can see that 4 months in each year. The excess years are IMD excess years are marked in the blue, and the deficit years are marked in the gray, and the other years are normal years. In all years, whether excess or deficit or in normal years, the IMDA is following the trends of the actual observation, because here I have given the actual observation from IMD, that is a red curve. So IMD graded observation at 25 kilometer resolution, that is the red curve. The blue curve is the IMDA 12 kilometer resolution rainfall. We can see good match with this thing, but IMDA is always better than the actual. So this is monsoon onset and withdrawal from IMDA. The vertical wind shear index of Prasad and Hayashi is used to calculate the onset and withdrawal date from IMDA and IRA5 for this comparison. So here IMD is red color, that is IMD onset dates. IRA5 is green color and the IMDA is in blue color. You can see that both IMDA and IRA5 shows average delay of 1 day in the monsoon onset dates compared to IMD onset dates. Correlation between reanalysis and observations are found to be very close, with slightly better value for IMDA than IRA5. Monsoon withdrawal dates are from IMDA or IRA5 are highly correlated. In the bottom panel, you can see. So this is about the monsoon low level jet, one of the semi-permanent features of the Indian summer monsoon. So this is we have taken as 850 hectopascal level only. So both reanalysis show maximum strength of the low level jet during June, July and August period, and it is reduced in September. IRA5 low level jet is slightly stronger compared to IMDA5. And there is a decreasing trend seen in the low level jet speed in the IMDA, which is consistent with some of the observational studies. In all these months, especially June and September, you can see that the correlation with IMDA and IRA, between IMDA and IRA is 0.97, and in other years 0.92, 91, like that. This is the radiation flux comparison, the income against the income bars observations. This is a campaign observation, income bars. Here also we used IMDA, IRA, and some of the NCMRWF operational model products. So blue is the IMDA product, and this red is the income bars product, income bars observations. You can see the red good resemblance with the good comparison with the, this is net surface radiation at surface, and net surface radiation. And this is at a location Kanpur, and for 2 years. This is year 2017 and 18. And this is for a 1 year period. You can see that this is for Jaisalmer. So here also we can see good comparison. So this is another comparison of IMDA product, IMDA OILR. This is verified against the Kalpana satellite OILR, which was available from 2004 to 2017. This is only during the summer monsoon period is shown here. So June, July, August, September. Kalpana is at a 25 kilometer resolution. This is closer than the IMDA. So the major features are, there is a good comparison is there. Of course, there are differences in the details. So IMDA products are available from our website. In the third part of the talk, things will be explained. There are few publications are already there. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. John. Shall we move to the next part?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, John, for giving this giving this thing. And I hope I am.
No, you have to share your PPT again.
Okay.
Not yet loaded. Do the same procedure.
Okay. I did.
Open the PPT.
Are you getting?
No. Please share the screen and open PPT. Open the PPT. Yeah, fine. Go to full screen mode.
Okay. Are you able to see now? Okay.
Yes, please.
John's already given the full details of the analysis efforts at NCMRWF. I am now talking about the GFS based reanalysis that we carried at NCMRWF. And the GFS is the legacy system of NCMRWF we are running from since 1993. And this was updated from time to time, depending upon the availability of new observations or a simulation scheme and model computing resources, etc. And the major update was we done in 2006 when we changed it from the T80 to T54, and that is on the total methodology was changed. Then in the year 2010, when the IBM P6 was installed, the major change we did, and we completely we started assimilating T574 GS system with a lot of all available new state-of-art GS analysis system and GFS and all those things, and we reported about a gain of about 24 hours in the system in the forecast skill. If you see the 0.6 skill score as the usable forecast has changed when we have implemented T574 from the about 150 to about plus 24 hours gain is there if you compare with their forecast with their analysis and forecast. This one, and similarly we found the observations with respect to the observations also, with radios and observations also, a trend change in the trend was found in the 2010. And till then, 2010, mainly our aim is to support the GFS system, that is short range forecast system. But by the 2000, after monsoon mission, many other systems are going to support, that is CFS, extended range prediction, seasonal forecasting, and also WRF and HWRF, etc. And so they found for those systems we required the background long analysis, long forecast. For that one, we thought that the new system which we implemented in 2010, as a substantial increase in the forecast is there, making that system as a standard. As earlier John told, that this retrospective analysis is carrying out the analysis with, for older period with using the new methodologies that is available and using all the data that is available. When the system was in the previous cases, that their data may not be used, and using all the data available data. That is the thing. So taking that, freezing the system at 2010 level, 2011, what we did implement in 2011, the GFS system with T574. That system we made a standard system and carried out the retrospective analysis for about 18 years from 99 onwards. The mainly this activity is to support the all operational aspects of the MOS. With that aspect, we run the system, and the main thing is that we started using the ESMF library of 3.10 version, and also we changed hybrid previously the sigma to hybrid sigma levels, and the physics used all this dynamics at the 2011 what we implemented. This was we freeze, such as RRTM, this one, and the most of the things are given in the in this table. And these are all 64 levels. The same from sigma levels we started using that starting from the 1010 to 0.9. All the levels are being used, and then we in the GSA analysis scheme also the major change is then we started using AMSUA cloud cleared radiances. Previously, which are cloud cleared is full. All atmospheric radiances. Previously, we are using the only the cloud clear radiances, and this was updated for the cloudy radiance also. And also, we started considering the field of view of the scanned satellite data also into consideration. And again, the major thing is the thinning of satellite data to a uniform resolution, say 100 kilometers, like that. And also the quality control of scatterometer also is included, taking the ambiguity into the consideration. And another thing is we introduced the new cyclone relocation procedures, and this is the major change. These are the changes. With the changes freezing, we run the data analysis for the 2099 to 2018 period. And in India, from before 2010, early part of the NCMRWF system, we used only the data coming to the GTS. Mainly the GTS, the main sources. So, lot of satellite data is not being used here. So, to accommodate all new satellite data that and what there is, we take in the observation in terms of the CFS V1. So, all the data that is used for the ERA or CFS reanalysis, that data, that combined data. So data set is similar to the CFS reanalysis. That data is taken up to 2010 onwards. From 2010 onwards, April 2010 onwards, NCMRWF started getting the data from the other satellites. So we have our data libraries are almost contained in all the data set, many data sets. So 2010 onwards, we are using all the data that we received at NCMRWF. The difference in the reanalysis is there is no cutoff, data cutoff. All the data what we received, we use. When running operation analysis, there is a data cutoff is there. So we are not getting, we are not using many data sets. So in this way, a lot of data sets that what we are used are accommodated in this thing. And to 99 to 2010, as earlier said, the data that was used for CFS V1, same data sets we used. So most of the data sets also are also there, and 2010 onwards from the data from NCMRWF. And all these things we reported in our first paper in the current science, the data methodology, what we followed, and most of the aspects of the variation data correction, all those things are accommodated because already covered in that. I'm not covering all the details of the data variation corrections, all those things. I have just given the data used in this one. And further, that one we are supporting the Govt system. For that one, we computed ocean surface fluxes also for the all the period, and not only the atmospheric initial conditions, for the input for the Govt analysis scheme, also surface fluxes, other things also computed. And this is all the variables. We stored all the about 500 variables as shown in this table, and these are made available to the RDA, the reanalysis server, and the details how to think that later Arulalan will, Dr. Arulalan will cover this one. Most of the things are shown here. This what are the profiles and single level data sets and surface data sets, all these things. About 450 to 500 variables we keep apart from the regular all model outputs, direct model outputs we kept differently, and these 500 variables are made available to RDA servers. And further we taken up few studies that we published also how this reanalysis is appearing, and this first figure shows the zonal wind shear of the Wang et al. That index, and the monsoon rainfall over the India for over this period. So we can see more correlation and it is getting accumulated. It is able to simulate all these things. And the bottom one is similar to same thing that onset dates. Most of the onset dates are coming very well in this period, and there are some differences with IMD, mainly in 99 and 2008, where the bogus, there is a concept that Sairoka and Taimu proposed that there is a bogus onset. That means before the circulation, because of a depression form because of a cyclonic disturbance formed, then sometimes monsoon type of rainfall systems will come or will give the rainfall that may be taken as a monsoon onset, but real onset will be delayed a little bit. So there will be with the convention onset and the circulation onset, there will be some slight delays there. But the most of the times it is well predicted, well simulated, and only few days where the bogus onsets are there, those years the difference are coming. So the circulation feature, where the circulation onset and the monsoon rainfall onset differs. So this is very clearly brought out here. And the second thing we studied, well, I'm not repeating that the variable skills that with radio sound days, those things, but done to similar things. But there are a few case studies in which we are showing that how the cold waves and heat waves and precipitation, etc., are simulated in the reanalysis. That I am going to show it, so that to get the confidence that the analysis data sets are working very well. And for that one, we have taken the heat wave conditions over the east coast of India, the region shown in this region here, and with using the IMDA criteria of heat wave condition, that is below 40 degrees departure of 5 to 6 degrees from the normal, and above 40 degree 5 to 6 below 40, and 4 to 5 degrees for the this one. These criteria were used and identified the heat wave conditions. For example, 2003, this is the mean temperature maximum over the region, and one is dashed line is about +4 degrees and the +5 degrees. You can see the onset of the heat wave conditions is very well brought in the, is able to pick up in the reanalysis, and the heat wave conditions were as per the definition is found around about 25th May and continued about 20 days. Like that, for all most of the reanalysis period, we are able to, we picked up the things, and they are the number of cases are shown in the second figure here. In the 2002, there are about 9 cases, and 2003 there are 20 cases as shown here. Like that, all the days number of heat waves are very well picked up in this one. That one, these results are we published in the International Journal of Climatology. This is the difference. And not only that one, during this period, it's shown that there is a 28%, there is a gradual increase in the intensity of the rainfall, heat wave. We are seeing about 0.06 degrees increase in the maximum temperature occurring during the heat wave condition. That is some type of global warming or something, 0.06 in the 25, by the way of the slope of this figure in the showing that blue one is the range and this is slope, and you can see that there is a about 0.06 degrees increase in the heat wave conditions that are reported over this region has been brought in this figure. And further, not only that one, we found that we are able to explain the heat wave conditions also with the plausible causes of the heat wave, and other fields, not only this one, the geopotential anomaly and vertical velocity, RH, and surface moisture. These are very well altogether very well explaining the causes of the heat wave. So plausible mechanisms for the heat wave also explained in the reanalysis project. So the reanalysis project is able to identify not only identify the heat wave, pick up the heat wave conditions correctly, it also gives some explanation also able to give the plausible causes of the heat wave. Secondly, similarly, we identified the cold wave conditions during the heat wave during the periods. It also very well picked up, and we published in the Pure and Applied Geophysics paper, and we found that all the cases, number of heat waves produced is very well brought in the reanalysis. The hot, the cold wave, and the heat waves. The second thing, what we did to get the confidence, we compared the precipitation from the IMDA, this NGFS reanalysis with that of ERA5, and also we taken IMDA reanalysis, and we made that Taylor diagrams of these figures. You can find that the winter and pre-monsoon period, that NGFS is doing very well compared to the other things. What I showed, that heat wave one is picking like that. In this also, the skill or Taylor diagram skill also, we can see that one picking up. And post monsoon, all the models are performing same. And monsoon period ERA5 little bit better it is coming to this one. But if you see the rain, the correlation base, it is getting. But if you see the extreme rainfall that is predicted over India, India, if you see the black line, that is a IMDA NCMRWF reanalysis 0.25 degrees reanalysis, and the red one is the ERA5, and the green one NGFS. You see the extreme rainfall, that ERA5 is not that it is getting only up to 550 mm per day, whereas that Indian this rear both NGFS and IMDA, the extreme rainfall. In the case IMDA, that extreme rainfall is very well brought in that one. So extreme rainfall cases, and whereas in this way that more even though the monsoon rainfall is coming well in the as a thing. ERA5, etc. But extreme rainfall cases are very well predicted by the IMDA reanalysis, and as well as up to some extent in GFS analysis compared to ERA5. And these heat wave conditions and the cold wave conditions, etc. And in our are also very well brought out. So this GFS analysis, which is run very quickly with existing observations, it is able to simulate initial conditions very well, and it is usable. And these things are made available. So here, Dr. Arulalan will present how to extract this data and other things from it. So back given to Arulalan.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. Dr. Arulalan, you can continue from here for the third part.
I'm stopping the sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone. Thanks for giving the opportunity. Let me share the presentation. So now I'll be discussing about the reanalysis data services at NCMRWF. So next 15 minutes we will be seeing the procedures. That's what I mentioned here. The website address is rds.ncmrwf.gov.in, and I'll be showing how to do sign up and then log in, and we can choose a data set out of 10 available data sets. I'll be showing in the next slide. Then we can select the variables, years, months, days, hours, and finally accept the terms and condition. If you click that submit button, then it will be submitted as a query, and the query will be processed. And once it is processed, you'll be able to get the download the data by clicking download button. You can download the data. Also, you will receive the email with a download link. Then we also created a dedicated mailing list. You can join in that. Then finally, I'll be discussing about the privacy policy and terms and condition, and how to cite the IMDA and NGFS in your publications. So there are 10 data sets available in our portal, 5 for IMDA, 5 for NGFS. The first one we can take IMDA 1 hourly single level data set. It contains all the 2D variables. It's a 1 hour. The temporal resolution is 1 hourly. And second data set is 3 hourly pressure level data sets. It contains all 3D pressure variables. Third one, it contains the monthly mean, but it's hour by hour mean, which means it contains all the hours, but the individual hour at any particular hour over month has taken the mean. So similarly for the monthly mean, hour by hour mean for the monthly data set, pressure level available, and finally daily mean, single level pressure, single level data set is available. This is for the IMDA. Similarly, same replica you can see in the NGFS, but in NGFS it's a 6 hourly temporal resolution. So I'll be showing a demo. I have 15 minutes, so I'll just take sufficient time. So this is our office website, official website. Here we mentioned Reanalysis data portal. You can click it here. So this is https://rds.ncmrwf.gov.in. Let me explain the website structure. So this is the home. You can see that in home there are multiple tabs. Here announcement. You can see that there are announcement page. This is version 1, which we released in the February, and version 2 we released on 15th September. And here also we mentioned about what is this website and the purpose. Also here I given some hotspot link like a data sets, live page documentation, privacy and terms, and again mailing list. So you can use these hot links to go further. And the next step contains the about IMDA. If you don't know anything about the IMDA, you can just go through this quick overview as been shown here. This is the IMDA domain, and it showed the IMDA available variables here. And next one is about NGFS. Similarly, NGFS, whatever Dr. Prasad showed, this is the highlight of the NGFS displayed here. And IMDA publications, already we have few publications for the IMDA that has been listed out here: journal publication, reports, and similarly for the NGFS publication. And finally, outer site. I will come to this outer site at last. Now let me do the login. So I need to do sign up. So here you can see that 3 tabs: login and sign up, forget password. So I'm doing sign up. So I'm just signing it. In the sector, it is available options. I'm choosing my category. So you can give your area of interest. So okay, this is just to collecting your interest. Motorcycles. So now it shows that user has created. Please check your mail and activate your account. So I have received this mail just now. So I'm clicking on this. It says that click on this link to confirm registration. So I'm clicking on this. So again, it says that thanks for the confirmation. Now you can log in. So now I logged in. So once you logged in, it will launch to your datasets, this datasets page. Here, as I mentioned previously, that 10 data sets links are there. These green colored buttons are for the IMDA, and the red color buttons for the button link for the NGFS. So let me go through one by one. So IMDA 1 hourly single level and 3 hourly pressure. IMDA monthly single level, monthly pressure level. Finally, IMDA daily data set. So I'm going to the 1 hourly. So here we are listing out the variables. You can see that multiple sections like a wind, precipitation and rain, temperature, pressure, clouds, radiation, heat, soil, evaporation, and other variables. So this is just a popular variable. So I'm just let me select total precipitation. Now there are 40 years available. So I'm just picking some, say 2000, and months, January and day 1. This is I'm just showing just for demo. I'm just showcasing. So once I selected days and time, you have two choice. Either the output would be like a grip or netcdf. It's a grip 2. Let it be grip 2 as is as of now. And next option is the region, either a whole area, whole available area, or specific. For the IMDA whole available area, I'm choosing as it is. If you want a specific customize your own domain, you can enable this, and you can change the lat long start latitude and end latitude. Similarly, start longitude and end longitude. This is the IMDA domain. This is the maximum IMDA domain. So within that you can change it. So let me choose the whole domain as of now. Then I'm agreeing. Privacy and policy, you can read it here, or you can download the PDF version. Similarly, terms and conditions. I'll come through this last. Finally, I'm clicking on I'm not robot. It says buses. So now I submitted. You can see that it is submitted. That query ID is this is a query ID, and query is around right now in the queue status. In general, queue status means it is being processed. Currently, it is being processed. You can see that submitted time and time taken. Since we have chosen a very short query, it will be done within 1 minute. So now, it is done. So the data download link is available here, and the data file size is 188 KB. It contains only one file. You can see that view whatever you submitted the query details. Either you can click on this and download as a script file, or you can I have received the mail for this. It says again either click on this link to download, or use this wget command to download. And also it's mentioned that whatever the query we have given, and note this download link will expire after 5 days. So I'm just copying this. So this is my remote login. I just pasted it here. This command. You can see that it is being downloaded. So this is similar 188 KB. So I'm using wgrip2 command to check this variable. Sorry, do it here. Here wgrip2. So this is APCP variable. We have chosen two different dates, like two different hours, 2000 and 0101, January 1st, and 00 hour and 06 hour. You can see that, you can see more details like a latitude, longitude. Since we have chosen the whole available area, this is the available area, minus 15 to 45 north and 30 to 120 east. And this is a 12 by 12 degree resolution. So let me show you one more demo. Now I'm choosing pressure level, IMDA pressure level. You can see that variables. Now I'm choosing two variables just to show demo, and this is the pressure variables. I'm selecting all, and again I'm choosing some year, month, say June month. I'm choosing 2 month. Then just for first day, I'm just for demo. Then I'm selecting all time. Here you can, now I'm showing demo for the NetCDF, just choosing NetCDF. Now let's customize the domain. Let me go for 0. I'm just going with the 240. So let it be as 32 and 20. The taxi. So now you can see that this is also under Q. We made this website using the algorithm using that cache files are available. If some user is queried or asked for some variable, and if it is already available in our server, and it will try to utilize that already processed file. So this also maximum, I think it will take 1 minute. So within a minute it will be processed. Let it. So I'll just explain a few more. This is the overview. Here also you can see the overview. This is for the IMDA. And download status. Still taking time. Okay, let it go, and I'm just showing documentation. This is the documentation page. So here I mentioned that IMDA vars table. You can see that what are the variables available. Okay, it has processed. Sorry. This is the entire IMDA variable list of variable with unit and short name. The short name is for the NetCDF variable name. You can see that, and similarly for the NGFS pressure variables and 2D variables. It's a big list. You can use it for the status. Okay, it has been processed. So we submitted for the pressure variable. It has been processed. It took 1 minute and 31 seconds. So now the file size are 267 MB, and it containing 2 files. Either I can download using clicking on this, or I can download it from my mail which I received. So now you can see that it now instead of grip2 or NC file, it has given us a shell script. Let me explain. So here I'm downloading it. It has downloaded. You can see that it's a previously downloaded Govt, and this is the shell script. Shell script, if you can see that. So this is the shell script, it containing two NC file. Let me execute this just as such and run that shell script. It is downloading two files. It is downloaded and it says downloaded all files, total 267 MB. Now it says that it is downloaded with the proper name. Sorry, NCMRWF Reanalysis. We choose an hourly, so hourly, and this is the variable wise UGRD and pressure level, the variable name, and it says that a start time and end time. Similarly for the another variable. Let me read this. Since it's an NC file, I'm using a CDO. CDO, you can see that longitude we didn't modify as it is. It comes 30 to 120, but latitude we modified from 0 to 40. So now you can see that. Also, it shows that pressure level 10 to 1000 MB, 24 pressure levels available. You can see that what are the timestamp we chosen is available. Let me also show you the variable name. You can see that the variable name is UGRD underscore PRL. Similarly, you can do it for the PGRD also. So this is the simple demo which I showed. Now I'll just explain quickly about this monthly. This is same as same variables for the hourly what we have seen, but the only difference is it does not have the days. You can see that the months, and then immediately it comes with the time. So days option is not available. You can choose any hour and month, which means I'm choosing this 0th hour and average over entire January month. I hope this explained well, and let me go back to data set. Now finally I'm coming to the daily single. Here only very limited variables available. You can see that here I mentioned about a 0 to 00Z to 00Z, which means this is a daily mean as taken from 00. The 24 hour is taken from 24 hour. Mean temperature is taken from 00 UTC to next day 00 UTC. Whereas you can see that in total precipitation, I have given one more option 03 to 03 UTC. This will help to compare IMDA observation. 00 also available. You can see that total precipitation 00 to 00, 24 hour accumulated precipitation is available. Whereas here 03 to 03, I mean current day 03 UTC to next day 3 UTC. And here at another difference is that it does not have the hours option, because it's already those hours are taken into account, and he does not have grid option. This daily contains available only at NetCDF format. And similarly NGFS, I'll just quickly go through. So in NGFS, as I mentioned, very big list of variables available. You can see that So you can choose what are the variable you want, and similarly you can similar procedure. In the difference in NGFS, it starts from 1999. It is just 20 years data set, and it is having 6 hourly temporal resolution. So this is for the NGFS, and one more, and this is a global as NGFS Reanalysis is a global data set. So if you want to download, or if you want to download only for Indian region, you can choose the Indian domain. Similarly, you can see that all the data sets you can go through. Then let me come to documentation. One more documentation. Yeah, this I already explained, these two, and there are some issues are there, known issue. I'm just clicking on this. For IMDA, like both the IMDA and NGFS 00 UTC of 1st January 1979 is not available. So the entire reanalysis started from 6th UTC of 1st January. Similarly, for NGFS also, it started from 6th UTC 1st January of 1999. So this is the known issue, and in IMDA, pressure level variables are available at 18 levels till 19th January of 1982. Afterwards, 24 levels are available. The first 3 years, you can see that only 18 pressure levels are available. Also, same, the pressure variables are available at a 6 hour interval till that same time step, like 19th January 1982. Instead of 3 hourly, it's 6 hourly interval available. This happened due to that first 3 years we ran the model in the NCMRWF computers. Due to some misconfiguration, this happened. Then finally, vertical velocity at pressure level variable is not available for the IMDA period. We are working on it. Soon it will be available, and we will announce in the mailing list. Similarly, for the NGFS, a few pressure variables are like available at 37 pressure levels and 18 levels. These three variables, but rest of the variables available at 47 pressure levels from 1 MB to 1000 MB. So these are the known issues. And finally, I want to mention that if you want to create a CTL file as a control file, you need to use the g2ctl.pl, not grip to CTL. Grip to CTL is for the grip 1, and g2ctl pl for the grip 2. So we are giving as a grip 2, so you have to use this. You can go to this page if you want to download grip 2 or g2 CTL grads. This is the official page of NSF, where they discuss mentioned about g2 CTL, and bottom you can see that where to download wgrip2, everything. And at last, I would like to conclude the talk with this README. You can read this README file to run WRF model using IMDA regional reanalysis data. I'll just explain quickly. So to run a WRF using IMDA, you need to download set of variables. So I'm choosing IMDA 1 hourly single level data set. Then you have to choose these 17 surface variables. Then you can choose any particular year, month, day. For example, here we choose 2000 January 1, and it must be a 3 hourly interval, because pressure levels are available at 3 hourly. So to be consistent, you can use 3 hourly interval. Then you must select as a group file option. not netcdf, grep option, grep file format. Then either you can select the whole region or subset the region, and finally submit it. You will be as I showed demo, you will be able to download as a shell script. Then once you execute the shell script, it will download individual variable wise. And again, you have to come back here, down click on 3 hourly pressure levels, select all these pressure levels. You can select all the pressure variables, pressure levels, select the same year, month which you selected previously, then submit it. It will be downloaded, and I would suggest you create a new folder and then download there. Then finally you can merge it just using cat command. So this will put into single grep file. Again, we are going to split it. It's a little tedious task, but it's a simple only. You can split by hours, which what we are going to do, we are packing all variables into single grep file and then splitting into hour by hour grep files. So this is single command. You can split it using grep copy, just grep copy and IMDA grep, which has been created by using this cat command, and this will split by date and time and forecast time. So whatever the splitted grep file that you are going to feed into your WRF. And one more thing, you have to use our customized vtable and medgrid, which is available here. And further readme, you can go here. Now how to run WRF, you have to use this our customized vtable for the IMDA, and this readme file help you to run WRF. Yeah, finally I would like to mention about the mailing list. We have created a dedicated mailing list. You can join. To join, just send mail to this address in the subject subscribe, or you can click here and you can do the subscribe here. Type your mail address and choose subscribe and do next. You will receive mail. I think I covered everything. And yeah, last one is privacy terms. You can go through this privacy terms, policy terms and condition. I just want to mention one thing. This is our entire data sets. Both the reanalysis are released under Creative Commons license, attribution, non-commercial, share alike 4.0 international. So this is really a non-commercial use, and you have to retain the same license. You can use this contact page if you want submit any query, or you can directly send mail to data support. And finally, this is the live. This is statistics of the website. So far, 253 users are registered, and more than 1,000 queries are being submitted and processed, and more than 3 TB data has been downloaded for the IMDA, and nearly 500 GB data has been downloaded for the NGFS. This is just to show the topmost downloaded variables. This status since 15th September. So this is yeah, I mentioned it here about that WRF, and we have planned to simplify the download procedure for WRF. We are planning to make it as a bundle. It will be pre-selected all the variables. You just need to select the variable years and day. It will be downloaded in the proper files. And finally, just the final slide. the future version of the website, someone asked us that API, like a Python API to download the data sets. As of now, I'm not decided due to some security leakage. If you want, we can discuss over mail. Also, another user asked for the plot generation. In the upcoming version, we are thinking to include that option. Suggestions are most welcome. We can go to question and answer session.
Thank you, Dr. Arulalan. That was a very useful, informative session. In fact, all these 3 parts. So I request all of you come to video mode so that we can take up some questions. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, can maybe Arulalan may stop screen share, so everyone will come in video mode.
I think I stopped.
Okay. So actually, Dr. John and Prasad and Arulalan, there are a lot of discussion and questions in the YouTube, and it is unable to pull all to the chat window. And many are answered also. For example, John and Indira from your institute keep on answering all the questions as much as possible. So it was a very interactive live session. And so what we can suggest is, Dr. John, how do you want to go with? You want to collect some questions from audience and answer? Because there are so many.
Yeah, you can choose some questions randomly. And
randomly, I have kept some question in the chat window, but they are very earlier questions. But some of them, many of them are answered also. But maybe the audience would like to hear from you. So you could just look at these 4 questions in the chat option. Have you found the chat window there?
No.
It's near that hand symbol in the bottom left. So if you click on that, it will expand. You will see the questions.
Near the
hand symbol, bottom left is the hand symbol.
Okay.
And if you click the square box there.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are few questions, but if you could read and answer,
Yeah. The first one is about the hybrid 41, because IMDA used the 41 system, not a hybrid 41. And the second part of the question is that whether it is implicit or explicit the flow background. So it is implicit because it's a 41. It's not a hybrid 41. I hope that this question is answered. Second is the surface wind observation over land are very scarce, but very important to model initialization. Where any such available observations are used in IMDA? Yes, it is used. So I have shown that the even surface observations, not only from the NCMRWF archive, we have used the whatever extra data available at IMDA also used over all the 40 years period. The next question is why NGFS was not used in both IMDA and soil moisture. So NGFS is another assimilation system. So here we have chosen the 41. It's not because this is a collaborative project, and 41 is a very robust data assimilation system. So we thought that the 41 is a better option. You can see the NCMRWF also, they are using the 41 system. And for soil moisture, extended Kalman filter, even in NCMRWF, extended Kalman filter is used. Here in IMDA also, soil moisture assimilation extended Kalman filter is used. The fourth question is inclusion of vertical pressure. This the vertical velocity says in already in the last section we mentioned that we are in the process of preparing that data set. So hopefully it will be available soon.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. John.
Thank you.
As I said earlier, this is not the complete set of questions. So many questions
Okay.
are in the YouTube channel and many are answered also. The question will remain there also. And
Okay, thank you.
another thing, Dr. Arulalan, that when we select the lat and loan, we are not able to type. So for example, I need to type say 15 degree. So if I type 15, I have to delete what is typed already there, then go back and type, then it is not able to type. We are only able to scroll down and select. So this is I noticed when I was using this the data access.
Sorry, I'm not able to your voice correctly.
Correctly.
Could you
Okay.
repeat?
Actually, what I mentioned is in the data selection page in the website, the lat loan selection, we are only able to scroll down and select using the mouse. We are not able to type. Okay. So when we type, it is saying that a minimum 1 digit must be there. So if it is, I want to correct from 30 degree to 15 degree, I'm not able to backspace and put input 15 degree there. You understood?
Yeah, I understand. Okay, then the problem will be sorted out.
Yeah, I don't know whether it is my browser problem. Sometimes browser also creates issues. Anyway, that is one small technical issue when I was downloading data. And Dr. John and Prasad, this video we will keep in IITM YouTube archive. Also, we will ask our computer division to download this, particularly this one, maybe because we can link this also as a data usage training session to the data in the website. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah. So I think there are some connection issues also with others. So anyway, it was a very overall a very nice session and very useful. So we will keep this video in our YouTube channel so that people can see this in future also. So thank you very much for giving a very useful webinar on MOES webinar series for the IMDA and NCMRWF Reanalysis system. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.